Right.
Yay! Woo, woo.
Yes.
All right. We are on, we are live, and I am so grateful. Thank you, Jesus.
Right.
Yay!
Yeah.
All right. All right. We are on, we are live, and I am so grateful. Thank you, Jesus. All right.
Awesome.
So, there we are. Welcome, 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 everyone. Forgive the technical difficulties and the lateness of the launch, but I'm here. I'm Dr. Brinetta, and it is Wellness Connection time. Woo! We're here, we're here, we're here. Happy Friday's Eve. Hey, hello, everyone from iPhone. Hi, iPhone. I think that's Bim. Is that you, Bim? No, it's not.
No, it's not.
Yeah, who's that on iPhone? Let me see. I see you. We are so grateful to be together on tonight. Every second and fourth Thursday night, we come together to talk about wellness. And we say, if you will talk wellness, you will think wellness. And if you'll think wellness, oh my goodness, then you will live wellness. And once you live wellness just for a little while, I tell you, you will absolutely love, love, love it. All right, so there we are. We're grateful to be on tonight. We have two special guests. Ooh-wee. So we're super excited to have our guests here today. And we want everyone to get comfortable because we're going to be talking tonight, talking about movement. It's March. Can you believe it's March already? Oh my God. It's March, it's March, it's March already. And so we're going to be talking about movement, but we also have a wonderful, wonderful testimony tonight about changing the benefits. Oh, hey, Francesca, the benefits of changing your plate. And I'm super excited. Let me see, give me 1 minute. Let me share this wonderful thing on a page or two. Give me just a second. Join us now. Oh my gosh. Here we go. Oh, there's Nate. My husband's on. Yay. And then I'm going to also share this to a page. So give me 1 more second. I'm going to share to a page here, just so people can see us. And you can feel free to invite some friends and then share our moment together. And again, I do apologize for not being able to get on a little bit earlier, but you know, technology, Lord of mercy. All right. So how's everybody doing? I'm going to change this screen so I can see all the faces here. All right, you guys, come on, wave at me. How are we doing? How are you doing with this month's challenge? Some thumbs up. Beautiful, beautiful. All right. And so we're super excited. And we just had our wonderful Wellness Connection Day, Fitness and Finance Reset. Woo! You guys, we got a ball. Hey, Felicia. We had a ball coming together and just, I think it was just wonderful just being together in the same room. I think I've missed doing that. But we had over 60 people who joined us for that wonderful day. And several of them are on the line tonight. So glad you guys could join us. Tonight we are here. We're going to, let's let Arlene share a little bit. Come on, Arlene, and tell us your testimony on tonight. Share.
Okay. Well, hello, everyone.
I'm so happy that I was able to be a part of the Wellness Day financial / fitness reset. One of the things that I will say about the day was that I could tell people were very hungry about the knowledge. And so there was a couple of things when I went and I started to do my financial reset with Patricia Neal a couple of months ago. Is I forgot that there were a couple of other things that I needed to put into place. And so just by being in the room, I was able to reconnect with Patricia and get some trust going for my family. So we have policies for myself beyond, of course, my work policies, right? So policies for myself and even for my son. So we begin to that process of, assisting him to get to be a $1 million baby by the time he's 65. How about that? But one of the things that I will say about just being a part of this wellness connection as a whole, and I'm gonna go ahead and say it, sister. I don't know if this is what you wanted me to say, Lord Jesus.
Okay.
But by implementing some of the guidelines that the shred, I've kind of done the shred a little bit, but I've never done it completely. So one of the things that happened recently for me and my family, where we went ahead and got on the Juice Plus, the Complete, and we've gotten on some fruit and veggie blend capsules. And because of that, we were on our way to a fertility clinic. And we didn't have to do that because guess what? We're pregnant. And I think it's because of, honestly, all the things that we've implemented.
OMG, congratulations.
Thank you. I really do think that it's because, literally we were like, you know what? This is it. This is the last month. If we don't get pregnant, we're on our way to a fertility clinic. And it was just by happenstance because we had been trying for so long. But we had, all the way up from, I think it was September to December. But when did we start? We started Juice Plus the end of December, me and you, sister, right? And then January, February, because we kind of did like a mini something in January. You don't remember? In December, you don't remember?
It was in November.
Oh, was it November? Okay. So since from November to December to January, that's when we got pregnant. And so that is one of the things that I was telling sister. I said, you know what? I promise you, I can only accredit to this change that we've been doing is because my body was now ready to, to receive another child. I had a miscarriage before this. And I think it was my body just wasn't at its optimal. And so I just really, 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 really thank God for this wellness connection team that I've been able to be a part of that allows me to focus on health and wellness. So I don't think that that's what I wanted to say, sister, but I think I was pressed into saying it maybe just a slight bit. I really wanted to hold it, but also the Lord gave me a promise, and that's why I don't have any worries about sharing it, because the Lord gave me already a promise that this pregnancy would not be like the last. So, but I just thank God for that. I also want to just say that one of the things that me and Brinetta were talking about recently is the benefits of making these changes in your body. There's something called modifiable and non-modifiable risk factors in every disease process. And when I say every disease process, anything you can think of, there are both risk factors that you can modify, and there are risk factors that you cannot modify. And one of the things is when we talk about risk factors that you can't modify, that's things like genetics, family history, etc. Right? But then there are modifiable things such as, and it all is lined up in the guidelines, is movement, right? Exercise, and what we actually take the time to put in our bodies. And one of the things I enjoy, and this is, at this point, I have to tell people, this is not a sell. I'm not trying to sell this, right? I'm not trying to, but I am, as a medical professional, trying to express how important nutrition is. And so when we talk about modifiable risk factors, those are the things that we can do to change the makeup of how our body responds to disease processes.
Right.
So cold, I have not gotten a cold since I've been on this stuff. And I get a cold every year. My son has been coughing in my face and et cetera. I've not gotten a cold once. And so it's like those type of things that I look at and I say, you know what, this stuff really may work. So I just want to share that. I mean, I know we talked about finance at the Wellness Day, but I really want to hone in on this fitness with these changes. And I don't even know what to call it, sister, because I know we can't use specific words, but there are guidelines.
We're adding fruits, vegetables. We're adding plant-based nutrients to our lives so that we can nourish our bodies. That's really what it is. And those risk factors that we can't change, we say, okay, but what can I change? And they all fall in line: getting your water in, getting sleep in,
moving,
fruits, vegetables, and berries in, cutting back on all the sugar and the fast food, and really getting your body moving. These are those modifiable risk factors, you know, choosing not to smoke, choosing not to drink. Some of those things we don't talk much about because that's not part of our lives, but these are global decisions that impact us, and we have a choice. And if we will make that choice, when we change our plate, what do, you guys?
We change our lives.
And so it is really, truly amazing. And I can vouch for Arlene. This has been a journey. But one of the things that I said to her was, get these fruits, vegetables, and berries in your life. Get them in there. Get them in there.
And I will say I'm 3 months.
Yeah.
Those individuals.
So, and this was a real issue. But when your body is thoroughly nourished, when you pull out the stuff that's not working and you put in the stuff that we know will, there is a change. It makes a change. It makes a difference. And so what we're saying to everyone tonight is we're just reminding you that you have a part to play. And congratulations to each and every one of you just being on this call tonight. The purpose of this call, once again, is to talk health, When we talk it, when we get it in our mouths, then we start changing our minds. And once you start changing your mind manages your behavior. And then when you start doing this stuff and you start to see what it's like, oh my God, you live it, you love it. Amen. So, we're super excited. Congratulations to Arlene. Many of you already right now, and this is what we're going to talk about tonight. We're talking about movement. And many of you, when you think about it, in your body, there are things going on in your body. And kudos to Amber, who, I don't want to give away all of her life things. Is it okay to mention, Amber? Is it okay to mention it?
Go ahead, Mommy.
Okay. So, Amber's on, she just had surgery this weekend, but she's excited because this is an adjustment that she's making in her life to help her live better. And so there are many of you that in your body, you've got pains and aches and things that when you stop and think about it, you say, I want to change that. And unfortunately, all too often when we go to the doctor, their first course of action is to say, you know what, here's a pill, or here's this procedure.
Yes.
And so unfortunately, a lot of people then end up with a lot of pills and a lot of procedures. Yes. That's just the way it happens. And that's not to say that we're not grateful for the medical professionals. We are. But there's also our part. And our prayer is that if we'll just do a little more of our part. We had someone testify just last week or last session, and she shared how she had gout in her foot. And it was horrible. She was dealing with that scenario in her body. So many of us, there's pains going on, there's issues going on, and nobody even knows about it. But just within the days of the shred, just pulling certain things out that we already know aren't good for us, and really flooding our bodies with the things that we know are good. Mm-hmm. Look, it wasn't even a full shred. And that gout was relieved. So what we're saying to you is if you'll agree to change your plate and change some of your habits, think about how you're feeling in your body today. How many of you feel really good? Thumbs up, do one of your emojis or something. Just feeling really good. You know exactly what you've done. You know the part that you played in feeling good today. And those of us, those that have issues and things, the question is, do you understand your role and your power? So that's our goal in this Wellness Connection, is truly to empower one another to play the role that we can play in how our body is doing. And that's how I came from 400 pounds, high blood pressure, this close to diabetes, aches and pains, all sorts of issues, but was able now by changing my plate to bring myself from that to where I am today. And let me just add a little bit that even something that they told me was genetic is now managed. Not another pill, but really managing on our plate. And one of those big things is movement. How many of you have your March movement calendar? Any March movement calendar people? All right. So now, what was the challenge for this week? What's the challenge? Who's brave? What's the challenge and how are you doing? Oh, come on. Don't be scared. Don't be shy. Open on up.
Well, hi, I don't recall the challenge for this week, but today I'm trying to make up for it. So I'm putting a few steps since 1:45. I've been stepping around and I
All
still
right, get your steps in, Bim. Good job. Good job. All right. Who knows their challenge? Who knows the challenge?
Brinetta,
Yes.
based on our conversation this morning, you reminded me, and I had just forgotten about it, but with our conversation, I have silver sneakers. And I've been saying, I need to check out their programs. So today I actually signed on, and I did the 15-minute walk. And the exercise, it's online. It's right online. And I did it, and it was really, really good. So wow. I'm really challenging myself to, like you say, work toward the wellness thing. Yeah. Because in a couple of months, I'm going to be 75.
That's right. Woo.
And so I am really, since talking with you and going to the meetings and participating, I have become really conscious about my health and the things that I'm doing. So I'm really excited about the changes that I'm making. I'm still on my water, drinking my water and eating more fruit. And I always love veggies, so that was not a challenge. But but the walking today, I was, that's not so bad. And I really enjoyed it. So yeah.
All right. See, that's what we need. We need conversation. We got to talk with one another. And if you don't have anybody else in your life saying this stuff, you just kind of it just goes to the background. But while we're connected, this is why we connect, so that we can help each other, we can encourage each other, and we can support each other. Well, one of my other besties is on the line tonight, and I asked her to come on and share about her movement success story. So come on, Minister Casey Tabor, who is also known as Rumi and my sister in the Lord. Come on, Miss Casey, tell us about your movement moment. You're muted. You're muted, Sweet Pea. Unmute.
Okay.
There you
Can
go. Yes. Yes.
All right. Hey, thank you, Dr. Roy, for this opportunity to come.
Yes.
Part of it has been wonderful, and congratulations. I don't want to forget to congratulate Miss Arlene. That is fabulous, wonderful to adding to your family. I'm so excited for you, and welcome to Juice Plus. I've been on
Yes.
Juice Plus for how long? What, 3 years now? 4 years
Years.
now?
3 years.
It's been awesome. The change has been amazing. I've
Wow.
never cut my nails before. I have to cut my nails down.
What,
grow-
Ruby?
Yeah,
You
they
remember
break.
when you would just use all that Sally Hansen because you were like, please let my nails get hard.
Nope. They grow like crazy, but that's another story. All right. Okay, so I'm gonna go back a little bit.
Yes.
So when I was in California, my life was totally active and busy. I didn't have to work out, even though I did. I joined Planet Fitness and all of that, not Planet Fitness, 24-hour fitness, just because it's always good to work out and all of those good things. And I didn't enjoy it, but I did it because I felt like I needed to. But my life was completely busy. I had a Fitbit, I believe back then, I would probably say I did between 15 and 20,000 steps every day.
Every day.
Easily. Every day, easily. Work, being a manager, going out meeting clients and going to get the business, and church, overseeing a prayer ministry, doing all those things. My life was busy. I didn't actually need to work out per se to have an active life because my life was busy. But I did, like I said, I joined 24-hour fitness. But then when I moved here to Michigan, I've been here almost 10 years now. And within 3 months, maybe 6 months, I probably gained 30 pounds.
Wow.
And it wasn't because I was eating more, it's because I was moving less.
Less.
So I went from probably 15 to 20,000 steps to maybe 5,000 steps in a day. I
Wow.
went from being active and moving around to sitting at a teller station.
Wow.
The difference was amazing. I remember because I moved here June 6th and I came home for a girlfriend's wedding the end of July. Within 7 weeks, I went to church and Apostle said, "Oh, you've gained some weight. You look so good." I had gained weight that it was noticeable within 7 weeks.
Wow.
And it just kept coming on. By the time Christmas came around, I couldn't wear any of my clothes, period. It was over. So then I joined Planet Fitness a couple years later. It was brand new here. And then like the same thing, I was really trying to lose weight at this point because it was just getting to be ridiculous.
Wow.
But it wasn't, and I was just kind of going through the motions because it really wasn't my thing. But I know exercise was always good. I was faithful to it probably 3 or 4 times a week, went to the gym. Then I was maintaining weight a little bit, but it still wasn't enough compared to where I used to be. So I started walking. I don't even remember how I started walking, but I just started walking and I started just feeling better. It was the air, being out in the air, emotional. I mean, it was just not just the physical feeling better, but it was the emotional. Because moving here to Michigan in the snow, and there really is something called the depression that happens, during the wintertime when you can't get out, it's dark. So that really started helping me as well feel better emotionally. So I lost about 22 pounds.
Wow.
And I went to the doctor and I got all my numbers. She said, "You're doing great." I couldn't wait. I was just chomping at the bit. I couldn't wait for her to see my numbers and see how much weight I had lost and all of that. And she said, "Oh, your numbers look great. You're doing great. Do you have any questions for me?" I'm just like, you didn't see the scale? You saw I just lost 22 pounds? I said, "Well, that's great, but that's not your issue. Your issue is," I should say your issue. "Your problem is not weight. Yours is exercise." She said, "Walking is going to be your quality of life. You're going to be the one 89 years old walking through the neighborhood, no aches, no pains, no medication. That is going to be your quality of life." She said, "You need to walk fast enough that you cannot sing, but not so fast that you cannot talk."
Wow.
It began to change me emotionally, even my prayer time. Because I have a walking buddy now, but when we don't walk together, you're talking about God just downloading things. It's amazing when you just get out in the air. I mean, if you've had a bad day or a difficult day or just a regular day and you get out there and sun hits you, the air hits you. The Lord, it's just like he's just downloading. It's just amazing what the Lord has done just by walking. So walking may not be your thing, but you just need to find out what works for you.
Yes.
Maybe gym, maybe it's biking, maybe it's hiking. I'm trying to play pickleball. You know, pickleball is a big old thing now. And I'm trying to find a pickleball partner. I'm getting ready to join this senior center where they have lessons. I said, because I want to play pickleball.
Yes.
So I encourage you to find what's going to work for you. I did the gym. I can do the gym again. I don't like it. It just, because I need to move around. I need to see that I'm going from here to there.
Make that progress. Yes.
I need to see it as opposed to just being on there. And I know it's working. You know, the elliptical is working, the bike, the stairs, all those things work. But for me, it doesn't work for me, not just physically, but you have to have the emotional part as well.
Yes.
And being out there, it has made a huge difference. A huge difference.
Wow.
So I encourage you to find your fitness, find what works for you.
That is so good, Rumi.
That's what's gonna work. I've been walking now. I mean, I've always done some walking. Even when I was in Cali, we would walk up to Central and back during the prayer line. And
we had our little walking team. Mm-hmm.
Exactly. But you just have to find what works for you. And that works for me. I have no problem going. I walk every day except for Tuesdays because I have a prayer group. And even when I don't feel like it, I walk not just because I know I'm going to feel better. Emotionally, I'm going to feel better. And I know the Lord say something to me during that prayer time, because that's my time with him, and just my time to just decompress and just be free. I mean, the emotional freeness is just amazing.
Wow. Oh my goodness. Thank you, Rumi. I have a couple of questions I want to ask. So tell us about how long do you walk? When you got started, you know, how far do you walk, or how long do you walk?
Okay. So now, since I've had the Fitbit, so at work, by the time I leave work, I only have about 3,000, maybe 3,500 steps. And I don't go to bed until I have 10,000.
Wow.
And actually 12,200 is actually 5 miles. So right now I have 13,800.
Wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
So I walk at least an hour.
Okay.
At least an hour. Because it's wintertime, I walk in the mall. So I walk upstairs probably 8 times around, downstairs 8 times around, until they throw me out because they close at 7. But all the security guards know who I am. But I just walk until I have at least my 10,000 steps. And if I can get the 12.2, I try to get that as well.
That is awesome. And so that takes you about an hour, Rumi?
It takes me about an hour.
Okay.
Yeah. Between 45. If I'm outside, I can do a little better.
Okay.
45 minutes if I'm outside. Inside is somewhere around an hour.
Okay. Okay. So, and that goal of 10,000 steps now, how did you build up to that? Because some people are going to say, oh my God, I can't walk for that long, and whatever. But so how did you build up to your 10,000 steps?
You have to start someplace. It's just saying, I'm going to pray for 2 hours and you haven't prayed at all. Don't shoot yourself in the foot. Just say, I'm going to start with, 5,000 steps. I'm going to start with 5,000 steps, or I'm going to walk 30 minutes. Just say I'm going to walk minutes, and it takes me 30 minutes to walk around the block. I know when my block is done, I'm somewhere around 30 minutes, and you just add to it. You do that consistently. I always say start with do it consistently. And then after that, then you can just say, okay, now it's been a month. I've got this down. So I'm going to add another 15 minutes, or I'm going to add another 2,500 steps. And then all of a sudden you'll look up, and then you'll be at 10,000 steps before you even know it.
That is so true. So exciting. And I know you feel better, you think better. And man, what an awesome testimony. I mean, 22 pounds is just amazing. But just to be able to get that done. And I think I hear you say once you get off from work, you kind of drive over to the mall.
Exactly.
And shoes out and get going and get your time in. So the weather now, you guys, she lives in Michigan. So there's like real snow. Like we just had play snow around here. They have real snow. One time Rumi sent me a picture of a snow mountain, and it was bigger than she was. But she's able, even in the snow, to get to the mall and go and walk and get her time in. This is just outstanding. Does anybody have any questions for Rumi? Anybody want to ask about movement?
Anything at all. I am here for you. Because it just, and then when I got let me just say, I got my walking buddy, we would cross each other and come to find that we lived in the same area. So we've been walking together, I think June is going to be 2 years.
Oh, wow.
2 years, and we walk about the same pace, and we're just buddies now. We're friends. And when she's a nurse, so when she's working, then I walk, and vice versa. But it's just nice to connect with someone from time to time. I like my alone time. Like she's working this weekend and I'm not, so I'll walk by myself.
Yes.
And I like both ways. I really do, because it's an accountability part of it too. Because it'll be Saturday and she's lazy, and I'll say, just get up. We're gonna be at the mall at 10 o'clock. Get up, get moving. But she likes walking. I love it, really do.
Well, thank you. I just have a request, Miss Casey. Pray
It's
for
me.
us. Pray for us to be able to get this desire. It is an awesome thing. I am walking as I am. I've probably done about 3,000 steps, but that 10,000 sounds like OMG. That's a lot of steps, but at least I've done 3,000. So
That's
getting up.
What do you say? Despise not the day of small beginnings. So
Every step counts.
Absolutely.
Every step counts.
Okay.
So yeah, we're praying. We're gonna pray. We're praying, Bam. And for those of you that have joined our March movement challenge, this week is 15 minutes, just 15 minutes. Like you heard Mom Newman say, she went to her Silver Sneakers app and opened up a 15-minute activity and just participated in that. It wasn't hard, it wasn't difficult. But for this week, 15 minutes a day, you get to check off the movement box on your goal sheet. Next week, we'll move to 20 minutes. Week 3 of March, it'll be 25. And by the end of this month, 30 minutes of movement a day is going to be our goal. And of course, like Rumi said, you sort of start off, maybe that 30 minutes, but then after a while, you add to it and you extend. Anybody else want to share or ask a question from Rumi? Anybody?
you can do it. I promise you can do it.
Anyone? Yeah. Yes, you can do it. So what are some of the other physical activities? I know Bim's getting her steps in. What are some other activities that you guys are doing to meet your movement time? Who's brave and wants to share? Anybody? What are we doing?
Brinetta, out here is Cookie.
Hey, Auntie Cookie.
Hey, guys. Well, I guess I got accountability partner is my dog. She comes to get me out of bed, make me go downstairs.
I love
She goes outside to use the bathroom. Then I gotta go back upstairs to get myself ready for work. Then go back downstairs so I can go to work. So by the time I'm back and forth, I done went up and down them stairs about 4 times just before I go to work.
And what's your dog's name?
Honey.
All right, honey. Well, thank you, honey. Honey, it's helping you. They say that those people that have animals, they live a healthier life. And this is one of the reasons, because you have to do some care with them. And especially little doggies, because they're going to make sure you take them for a walk.
Yeah.
That is so awesome, Aurelia.
She will bark and whine until I get up out of that bed.
I love it. So we're excited that you're on the move, and prayerfully, you'll check that watch and say, now let me get my full 15 minutes in this week, this day, today, every day. That's the goal. Thank you, Auntie.
You're welcome.
I'm so glad you could be on with us tonight. Anyone else who wants to share their movement plan for this week or this month? Anybody else, or anyone with questions about movement? All right. All right. I don't want to rush you, but okay. So one of the things, do I hear someone? I want to make sure I'm listening. Okay. So one of the things that you could do is wear your Fitbit. So Rumi mentioned a Fitbit. And a Fitbit is a device. I have mine on. It's a device. They could be big, small. They're really inexpensive now. And you can get that and it will count your steps. It's something you wear on your wrist. You can get the tiny ones that you wear on your waist. As a matter of fact, I have one that I said I would give to those of you. You're going to get a little link on Saturday asking you, how did you do with your movement challenge? And so I'm going to be sharing a treat with someone who's been really doing their movement. But you can get that and it counts your steps. Now, if you have a cell phone, if you have a smartphone, then your smartphone, whether it's an Android or an iPhone, it has an app on it that takes your steps, it counts your steps. And so you can easily go in. For the iPhone, it is the health app. You have an Android, right, Rumi? Okay, what app do you use? You're muted again. What app do you use? Could somebody use on their Android?
I just have my Fitbits attached to it. That's all.
Oh, okay, you have your Fitbit. Okay.
But I know there's download.
Yes, and I think Arlene might be able to give us a couple. She mentioned a few in another one of our meetings. So one of the things that could be fun. Oh, yes, Miss Bim.
Yes, you could use, you have a Samsung Android and it's Samsung Health. That's what I'm using right now.
Samsung Health app, and you can use that. And inside that app, there will be a place that it counts your steps. So as long as your phone is on your body, it will count your steps. So if you're the person that likes to walk, then that's an opportunity. And I have a Fitbit. Rumi has a Fitbit. Maybe are there others of you on here who have a Fitbit? Anybody else? Because if you do, I'm going to send out a link through my project broadcast to ask about that. And maybe we could do a Fitbit challenge. That would be super cool because you can start challenges in Fitbit. Now, let's talk a little bit about if you're not the kind that's going to walk. So maybe you're someone who walking is just a challenge right now, and that's not something you can do. So then we have a video, and if you'll just send me a message, we have a video from our team trainer. Her name is Tony Lewis, and it's a whole little easy exercise that you can do while you're seated. So if you're interested in like some stretches you can do while you're in a chair, you can do that. Believe it or not, I have one of those little pedal things that I use. It's called a cubie, and I have one of those that I use while I'm sitting. A lot of times, especially over the summer when I'm doing summer school work and I have to be seated, I'll set that up underneath my little desk and I'll just go at it so I can pedal. But there are lots of ways. And if you need help with some ideas, just send me a text, reach out, because we really do. There are stretches, there are easy, gentle moves you can make. And I have a video that's all seated in a chair. So if you're interested in that, you can get that from us. But the goal is to get started. The goal is just to get started. So we definitely want to do that. Yes, Miss Felicia, I see your hand.
Good evening.
Good evening.
So I just wanted to share that, exercise has never been one of my strong suits. But when you did mention about March movement, it just so happened I had started going to, it's the senior citizen community as well, but they have line dancing. And so I've been going and I really like it. And so this week I went I went Tuesday and Thursday. So yeah. So I feel like, I'm moving. And then, I'm trying to create some stuff here at home as well that I can do. But yeah, that's my goal too, is to get up to 30 minutes. Well, this particular class is an hour. And this week I made it to them. And there's even one tomorrow, that's 2 hours. Oh. And if I get all my chores done, then I'm going to try to make it. But that is my goal, to get to that one as well, to get this body moving. So
Get the body
I'm
moving.
on board.
I says don't overdo it. It's good to start slow and build up so that you don't overdo. But you know, sometimes you can be doing stuff and you don't even realize that you're doing it. So dancing sounds really fun. We have friends that do skating, and you know, Rumi's gonna do pickleball. Hey, okay. Whatever works. So good job. Yes, kudos for you. Kudos for you. Anyone else want to share their movement plan with us? All right. Well, we want to thank you, Rumi, for sharing your movement story. What I want to do now is just talk a little bit about what's coming up, what's happening on Monday, you guys.
It's the challenge.
It's
Isn't
time
it
for the shred. It's time for our monthly shred, 10 weeks, 10 days of adding a few things into our lives and taking a few things out of our lives. And let me see, who can I talk to? Who's on here? That's, oh, Miss Rose, why don't you share how you did on your shred last month? On you.
Oh, I gotta share.
Please, Miss Rose.
Okay, I'll share.
Thank you. So how was your shred last month?
It didn't go too bad. I've cleansed a few times before where all I can eat is fruits and vegetables and grilled fish or grilled or baked, and only fish. Oh, and chicken, but that's it. But only one protein a meal, and the rest was fruits and vegetables. So it wasn't as hard as that.
Okay.
But there were some times where I was just really hungry.
Oh, bless you.
So yeah, but if I put myself on a schedule, like I get up in the morning, I take the shake, 9:30 or 10 o'clock. By say 12:30 or 1, I'll make some kind of lunch. Or if I'm really busy and I'm out and about, I'll have my bar.
Nice.
But but also I have a rule. The first thing I do when I get up in the morning, I drink at least 8 ounces of water. And I drink water before each meal, at least 8 ounces,
Nice.
to help me to be full. And occasionally I don't. And excuse me, I'm eating my food before 7. So
Okay, bless you.
I can't rule 7 o'clock.
I have my salad nearby, so don't
Yes,
worry.
just so you don't be chewing like that's why. Okay, and I noticed when I stayed consistent on a schedule, I was good. But when I got off, say it was like I didn't have my lunch on time, then and I ate something wrong or whatever, it just threw the whole day off. So the key is consistency for me, and it worked perfectly. So, and I actually like shakes.
Yeah.
Like today for lunch. Well, I was getting ready to have a shake, and then I changed my mind. I just had a piece of fruit, and that was it. But I had everything set out. I was getting ready to make it, and I got caught up doing something else. So, but I'm trying to keep that pattern where I have a shake a day, and I got my supply today of my shakes. So I'm happy about that. So, but to me, it's going to be a lifestyle. It's not going to be like shred 10 days and I'm done. No, I'm not really shredding, but I'm staying conscious of my food consumption, eating more fruits, eating more vegetables, and pushing away sweets and too many carbs. So,
wow.
But yes,
so
I do
much
love it.
For those reflections. So many things that you said was just so helpful. I really appreciate that. Thank you, sweetie.
No problem. And I'm going back to my food, okay? So I'm gonna go back to my
Yes, one of our habits during the shred is that we stop eating after 7 o'clock in the evening. at least based on when we started eating. So we eat when the sun is up and we stop eating when the sun is down. Something else is we try to get 7 to 8 hours of sleep. We drink enough water until our urine is clear, and we avoid added sugars as much as we are able. And then we eat lots of fruits and vegetables, right? We get all that in. We don't do dairy or any alcohol. And we really, really work. We really, really work to get some movement in our life every day. So at least 2 to 3 times in the week. So those are the SHRED guidelines. And our team, this wonderful wellness community, we've agreed we're going to at least begin to move towards where we shred once a month. I have a whole group of us that shred every single month. And the only thing you need to do to be a part of that shred is to make sure that you get that nutritious, complete shake so that you know you're getting all those nutrients that you need. We encourage you to get the plant powders, but that's just something that, it's not required, but we know that it's going to do good. All right, so the shred is coming up Monday. I want you to get your mind all set and ready. And any of you that have not shred before, we have a new shredder that's on the line tonight, Miss Connie Anderson. She has shred. She just tried the shred all by herself, you guys. She missed the opportunity to get the shakes for last month, and she did the shred all by herself this month. So we say kudos to you, Miss Connie. And I'm not sure she knows how to unmute herself, so I won't ask her to do that. But we just want to know we acknowledge that. And we definitely want you to know about it. It's not something that everybody does, but when you're ready, we're ready to help you get started. So we know that January was all about our water. We know that February was really about cutting back on our sugar. And we know now that March is all about movement. And we definitely know that these are the controllable things that we can do. This is the stuff that we can manage to really bless our bodies. Yes, Rumi?
Oh, no, I'm good.
Okay. So I want to ask, are there any questions, any comments, any thoughts tonight? Anything anyone want to share? Yes, Mom Newman?
You tell me to remind you about the cleanse.
Oh, yes. So we have this wonderful, wonderful program called the Cleanse. And it's for those who are really serious. Now, if you are really serious and you say, I really want to do something to get my body back into, focus, right? Into rightness. There's a wonderful cleanse product. It's done by New Body Nutrition. It's produced by our favorite iridologist. His name is Dr. Richardson. And it is a 6-herb cleanse. It's a 20-day event. And each of those 6 herbs, you use each day and an hour of a day to put those herbs in your body. And each of those 6 herbs has a different part of the body that it cleanses. So there's a gland tone that you take for all of your glands, all of your pituitary and your thyroid, that herb. Then there's a blood tone, and that herb, combination of herbs goes through and it really cleans out your blood. There is a kidney tone. I have somebody unmuted. That will cleanse your kidneys, your liver, and your pancreas. It's actually called pancreatone. The 4th one is, so I said, your gland tone, your blood tone, your pancreatone, and there's 3 more. Rumi, can you help me? So there's a parasite. That one pulls all of the guys that are running around. And then there's also the colon tone. And that's the one that helps move things out of that colon. Now, many of you are used to hearing about colon tones or colon cleanse. But the truth is, if you only clean out your colon, it's like having an oil change without really cleaning out the filter. Okay. And so nobody does that. The first thing you do when you're going to have an oil change is buy a new filter, get the old filter out. So it's important when you do a cleanse that you address all of the glands, the kidney, the pancreas, the liver, all of your blood. There's a lot in there. And so it's a 20-day event. Those of you that think, I think I want to look at that. My recommendation is you do the shred for a couple of months, and then you consider doing this cleanse. Arlene and I, she had to go off because she had a 7:00 call, but Arlene and I have done this cleanse over the years. We started doing it twice a year. Now that we're married, our husbands say no. So it's just, it's something we do once a year. But again, I'm going to say to you, we've done it enough to tell you, you guys do the shred for at least 3 months. Do the shred for at least 3 months, because that's a good prep for your body to get it ready to do the cleanse. All right, so we'll give you some more information. And of course, you're always welcome to go look at the link. It's newbodynutrition.org, newbodynutrition.org. Dr. Richardson is our favorite iridologist. He's a great guy, and he's been doing this stuff for years. We love the cleanse. Well, all right. That's been our time together today. I hope you are inspired. I thank you, Rumi, again, for your wonderful testimony and just getting us all jealous about getting all that movement in. Thank you so much. And she's in Michigan, you guys. So it's like 9 or 10 o'clock over there in her world. So we truly, I know she's about to jump in that bed. We also thank Arlene, all of you for coming on. Again, we just want you to be able to talk healthy, so you can think healthy, so you can live healthy, and then you can love healthy. All right. And Miss Michelle, who's on for the first time tonight. Thank you, Miss Michelle Todd. I hope we said something tonight that was encouraging and informational and helpful. We're so grateful to have you. Please feel free to enjoy, bring your friends, bring your family, bring everybody, because I hope you can see how valuable this time is together. All right, you guys, if there be no other thoughts. Oh, I see a hand. All right, iPhone. Yes, hand. iPhone, was that a hand? Did you have a thought or question? Yes.
No, I was doing a pause.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's Francesca. Hey, thank you, Miss Brand. They're in Texas. It's 9 o'clock in their world. All right, you guys. Well, thanks so much. We love you all so much. And we will see you on the second Thursday night when we'll be back for our Wellness Connection time. Thank you guys for joining. Wishing you all well. Good night.